Manchester United news: Kobbie Mainoo offered a new deal. Discover Manchester United's proactive approach to securing the future of promising talent Kobbie Mainoo with a lucrative contract extension. Manchester United is poised to secure the future of promising talent Kobbie Mainoo with a lucrative contract extension, signalling their commitment to nurturing young talent. The 18-year-old winger has emerged as a key figure under manager Erik Ten Hag, attracting attention with his performances on the pitch and garnering interest from part owners Ineos. Amidst speculation surrounding Mainoo's future, Manchester United is taking proactive steps to ensure his continued presence at Old Trafford. According to renowned transfer reporter Fabrizio Romano, discussions are underway to extend Mainoo's contract, with Ineos keen to integrate him as a prominent figure in their new project. Romano's tweet indicates that the proposed deal would include a substantial salary increase for Mainoo, underlining his significance to the club's long-term plans. Mainoo's rise to prominence and international recognition. Mainoo's meteoric rise through the ranks of Manchester United's academy has been nothing short of remarkable. Having joined the club at 9, he has progressed rapidly to establish himself as a vital component of the first-team squad under Ten Hag's stewardship. With 27 appearances across all competitions this season, Mainoo has showcased his versatility and talent, contributing 3 goals and 2 assists to the team's cause. Furthermore, Mainoo's impressive performances have not gone unnoticed on the international stage. During the recent international break, he earned his maiden call-up to the England national team, delivering standout displays against formidable opponents like Brazil and Belgium. His inclusion in the senior squad underscores his immense potential and reaffirms Manchester United's reputation as a breeding ground for top-tier talent. Manchester United's commitment to nurturing young talent remains steadfast, with Mainoo representing the latest success story in their illustrious academy. Ineos' endorsement of the club's youth-centric approach further underscores their dedication to promoting homegrown talent and building for the future. With Mainoo poised to follow in the footsteps of other academy graduates like Alejandro Garnacho and Willy Cambuala, Manchester United's conveyor belt of talent shows no signs of slowing down. Manchester United's pursuit of a contract extension for Kobbie Mainoo reflects their proactive approach to securing the future of promising young players. As the club strives to build a competitive squad under the leadership of Erik Ten Hag and the backing of Ineos, Mainoo's continued development and potential impact on the team make him a valuable asset for the future success of Manchester United. Kobbie Mainoo has named perfect midfield partner, but Man United must ignore him and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Man United are expected to sign a midfielder in the summer, and Kobbie Mainoo has named his perfect partner. I'd say Scholes, although there might not be a lot of defending happening between the two of us, said Kobbie Mainoo when asked to name his perfect midfield partner. Mainoo was given a choice between Manchester United players from the past and present and picked Scholes for his passing, movement, intelligence and the way he could finish. The 18-year-old is an articulate young man and smiled when suggesting that, although he'd love to play with Scholes, the pairing would probably be too attack-minded. Sources close to Mainoo have likened him to a student of the game, and he understands the midfield would be left compromised with 2 number 8s playing together, especially when considering that Bruno Fernandes would be ahead of them in his attacking midfield position. A midfield of Scholes, Mainoo and Fernandes would be perfect in a FIFA video game, but it wouldn't work in reality because that trio would leave the backline exposed. Fernandes plays in an advanced position, Scholes had an eye for goal, and Mainoo's future lies in the number 8 role due to the quality he can provide in attacking scenarios. Mainoo was far from prolific in the academy, his goals were often scrappy, but he's got the skill set to score frequently and he's already notched a few for the first team. His goals against Newport County in the FA Cup and Wolves in the Premier League were brilliant, but his strike in the 2-2 draw with Liverpool was a moment of class. Not only that, Mainoo's ability to unlock defenses with pinpoint accuracy is a huge asset, and asking him to play deep would be wasting and misprofiling his talent. Make no mistake, Mainoo is not a defensive midfielder, and while he's played a deeper role on occasions this season, he's certainly not the replacement for Casemiro. A source recently told the Men that Mainoo loves to play with Casemiro because the Brazilian's defensive discipline gives him the license to take up more advanced positions. Mainoo is seen to best effect when playing in a more advanced midfield role, and United must sign a Casemiro replacement this summer to help him reach his potential. Interestingly, Sir Jim Ratcliffe was also recently asked which former United player he'd bring into the team, and he named Scholes. Paul Scholes I'd bring in. That's the player that is most missing, said the British billionaire without hesitation on the Cycling Club podcast. They are not Roy Keane, but they have Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo. They are more defensive. They don't have a Scholes, and Andres, Iniesta. Ratcliffe has watched football all his life. He's supported United since he was a boy and is entitled to his opinion, but suggesting Mainoo is more defensive probably shows it's a good job he's employing the best in class to make key decisions instead of making them himself. The 71-year-old loves football, United and, importantly, has the self-awareness to employ some of the leading brains in the industry, which has been refreshing. United have required a reset and Ratcliffe is overseeing it. He is giving the club the best chance of succeeding with boardroom appointments and they will dictate transfer policy. High on the agenda this summer will be addressing Casemiro's future, and if a world-class player in that mold can be signed, then Mainoo will continue to blossom. The youngster is a talent worth building the midfield around, but he needs support. Marcel Sabitzer's Man United pain, Erik Ten Hag truth and Borussia Dortmund reminder. The latest Manchester United news as the midfielder spent the second half of last season at Old Trafford before sealing a permanent move to Borussia Dortmund in the summer. Former Manchester United loanee Marcel Sabitzer was the hero for new side Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday night as they booked their place in the Champions League semi-final. The German side came from 2-1 down in the first leg to beat Atletico Madrid 5-4 on aggregate. Goals from Julian Brandt, Ian Maatsen, Niklas Füllkrug, and Sabitzer gave them a 4-2 win on the night, which was enough to see them through. The winning goal came just a few days after the 30-year-old scored both of the team's goals in a 2-1 Bundesliga win over Borussia Mönchengladbach and was his sixth strike of the season. Not only did Sabitzer score the winning goal, he also provided assists for two teammates during the game, meaning he played a part in 3 of the 4 Dortmund goals. His performance may leave United fans and Erik Ten Hag thinking what could have been. The midfielder only completed a transfer to Dortmund in the summer after spending some time on loan at Old Trafford. Sabitzer joined United on a 6-month loan from Bayern Munich in January 2023. He made 18 appearances for the club, scoring 3 times and providing 1 assist. 2 of those goals came in the Europa League quarter-final first-leg draw against Sevilla. United went on to lose the second leg 3-0. After joining Dortmund on a permanent deal in the summer, the midfielder delivered a verdict on his short spell at United. "I remember a lot of things from my time at Manchester United," he told Dortmund's club media. "I was very impressed by the fact of having played for a club of such stature. I had a smile every day at the thought of being there and playing. It's also because I had playing time at United that I found my rhythm and my self-confidence. I showed good things there, and that has an impact because a year and a half ago everyone doubted me. When you can prove again that you can play a part in big clubs like this, it's good for confidence." Later, in an interview with The Athletic back in November, Sabitzer had specific praise for Ten Hag and his tactical knowledge. "You can wake him up at 3 a.m, he'd tell you his whole match plan by heart," he said. "He's very knowledgeable about football and tactics, a very hard worker, a perfectionist. And he's very straight with you. When I had a bad game, he showed me some situations and told me how to do it better next time. I liked that. You knew where you stood with him. He never threw you under the bus. Instead, he told players to go out and do better in the next game. I learned a lot about football working under him. He's a very good coach." The loan move to United looked like it would be made permanent in the summer, only for injury to cut Sabitzer's season short. The midfielder revealed how he tried to play through the pain to make